It's my time now.
We're back.
Yes.
Yay! We're not dropping this. We only covered half the goddamn game.
Yep.
Yeah.
And by the way, we say we're back, but it's probably been like a week for you guys.
I don't know. Maybe it's kind of been. Regardless. So,
Considering how I've spaced out our current backlog, I feel like this is gonna happen like sometime after we finished off Leon's scenario.
Well, no
That
shit.
being said, Claire Redfield.
yep. Claire Redfield is. As you can
there
see,
we go.
As you can see, Claire Redfield was the next. Was the other protagonist, and in the original release of the game, these were nicknamed Scenario A and B. For here, they're called first run and second run. And as you're going to find out, there is. Just because they understood that in order to get the full quote-unquote story, you would need to play both scenarios. Capcom, back then and even now, did a pretty decent job of mixing things up a little bit. For instance, giving us a more abridged intro cutscene because they knew you've seen this already.
Yeah, that's fair. However, I will also say I am still annoyed by the whole, I am still annoyed by the whole, fact of, also as we can see, Logan is boring in this game.
Shut
Wait,
up.
what?
Continue with what you want to. Continue with what you want to drain my time telling me about while you insult me in my fashion decisions.
Actually, before you guys go further with your whole tangent, I will say I will forever miss old hamburger guy.
Oh,
Hamburger guy will be missed.
I want a cheeseburger now.
Also, then we screwed up, and then we
Oops.
got blown, and we almost blew up.
You had one
We
double.
can't drive for more than. No one can drive down a road for more than 2 minutes without some car blowing up in Resident Evil Land.
Yeah, that's fair.
So again, people got split up, and we're gonna congregate at the police
So
station.
again,
But
you
continue.
mentioned that they mix the games, like they mix up pretty well. Still a little miffed and all that because they should. Because oddly enough, the scenarios seem more segmented in this game than they did in the original.
Because each have, well, I mean, they have their own chapters, of course. Like the police, like we can talk about this because we've already seen all the scenario A. You have the police station once again. You got the sewer chapter. You got the outside downtown district chapter. You got the lab, mother base or whatever it's called, the nest.
Oh yeah,
sorry.
I remember this little underground wet spot. This is where you would find Brad in his zombified state in the second run.
Yep. Whoa.
Or, as people like to call him, chicken shit from RE1.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah, he could have done
Oh,
better.
flowers.
So we'll take
For
this
me?
red herb. We'll take
You
this red
shouldn't
herb.
have.
Hit the
And there's a
road,
blue herb
Bucky.
right away, but I'm not going to grab that just yet because we need a green herb. But for now, we're trying to figure out what the heck was that explosion we just heard. Wait. You know what? Life's too short. We'll take the blue herb.
Take the blue herb as well.
I'm playing this on the PC and not the console version.
I mean, it's not like
Okay.
you're ever going to be going through this section of the police station ever again.
Ah.
Speaking of which,
So that's what the explosion was. So we've made it just around the point when... take these. We've made it just around the point when Leon would have seen that helicopter crash landing into the second
and I
floor.
will say to the remakes credit, they actually played it smart and not showed us how this scenario ended up happening. Because I remember the original game, it was stupid as shit.
Yeah.
Was it another Dead Rising 2 scenario or Dead Rising 1 scenario where a zombie snuck onto a helicopter?
Oh,
Not
boy.
really.
Oh, okay.
The long and the short of it is that two zombies were cornering this other police officer, and well, he tried to shoot them the best he could to no avail. Only to, as they were biting him, he aimed his gun straight where the helicopter was and shot down the pilot. Don't ask how that works. That's
Wow,
that's 90s Capcom logic for you, and as such, that's why the helicopter came crashing down to the police station.
I call that.
He's an
I
idiot.
call that dumb aim. Dumb luck. How about that? Dumb lucky, unlucky aim.
Whoa. Oops. I mean, regardless,
Honestly,
I'm gonna say he's an
honestly,
idiot.
dumb aim sounds. I do like dumb aim.
Yep.
Dumb aim.
Dumb aim.
Well, regardless, we gotta, and as they're all having their nice coy dialogue, maybe there'll be a romance, who knows. We're gonna have to deal with a crowd of zombies
Honestly,
right
it's-
away. Scenario B is
It's really ambiguous
Mm-hmm.
with these two. I'm not gonna lie.
maybe in the future games, maybe 9.
In a matter of
I
speaking,
would like,
I guess.
Given how much we've seen with Redfield in 7 and 8, I am curious to see where Leon is in all of this, in all of this new
Technically, we
first-person
did
trilogy.
see him in, what is it, Vendetta, which was based in around 2017, I want to say. But I do want to
Okay.
know where he is, like, right now. And honestly,
Left.
one big thing is we have
Right,
not seen
good.
Claire since 2014 in this series with the Revelations 2. At least
Fair.
canon-wise.
Fair. Well,
Wasn't
for
there
now,
wasn't there another movie that came out recently that is coming out?
So that...
That Claire's a part of?
No,
well, there's
that
Welcome to
was a
Raccoon
prequel.
City, but that's a
That
retelling.
was a pre.
Oh.
No, the new thing, Infinite Darkness, is a TV series, and it was or a miniseries, and it was a prequel. It is based immediately after 4.
Gotcha.
Okay. So as you're seeing here, scenario B is number 1, not going to be holding your hand. I'm not using any of these weapons, don't worry. But I am getting rid of my SLS because the other good thing about scenario B is that it will not hold your hand, but it's also going to give you some neat new toys to play with in the meanwhile.
Oh yeah, I think
Such
everybody
as?
can agree. All of Claire's weapons are like the best in the game.
Well, for instance, the quick draw Magnum in scenario B. So it's or not Magnum. It's basically just a stronger handgun.
The Snub-Nosed Revolver.
Yes. So it's not actually a. I've tried it. I don't. I'm like, oh, hang on. Let's actually wait.
Wait for it.
I'm drawing a lot of attention. This is the hardest part to try and get through. For me, anyway, this is one of my hardest groups to try and get.
Yeah,
past
no,
without getting
it's
bit.
because they give you so little at this point.
Fuck it.
Actually, why don't we? Yeah, it's just all bets are off. Down to Mosey. So how about we go ahead and give it? Let's What am I trying to say here? We should probably talk a little bit about Claire Redfield herself because we haven't seen her much throughout our time playing Ori so far.
Not really. No. It really was focusing more on Leon. Like we've seen her in like a couple spare cutscenes, but nothing ever really happened with her. So
Claire
we know
Redfield,
she's-
younger
yes.
sister of Chris Redfield. Originally, she used to go by the name of Elsa Walker and was pretty much her own thing entirely before a rewrite decided to make her related to Chris Redfield, and she's on a mission to find her brother.
She came out. I believe she just graduated college, or she's still in college. I think.
You know,
And
I
she-
don't
and so-
know. They never actually
'cause I
tell
keep-
you.
But I know she's college age. Like I think she wants to become a police officer like Redfield, like Chris. I mean,
Yeah.
They never elaborate on that, actually.
You know, yeah, no,
she
they
definitely
never
has fire.
do-
Fortunately, she definitely has firearms trainings from her older brother. So hence why she's able to hold her own against all these people and use all manners of fun weapons because as we'll see later on, she is definitely the Jill of this whole game, both with weapon variety and archetype. So as far as Claire's concerned, I guess out of all of the people, I guess one of the more interesting parts of her character is that apart from Ethan, that's his name, right?
Yeah,
Ethan
Ethan
Winters?
Winters.
Yeah, apart from Ethan Winters, she's probably the one Resident Evil protagonist who's the most quote unquote out of her element because
Oh boy.
because Jill and Chris are of course down. Okay, I'll do that because of course Chris and Jill are trained special ops and
Leon's a policeman.
and Leon's a policeman.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the problem
No.
with this. You have to reload it one round at a time.
Yeah, and thankfully you do get a quick reloader later. But I will say, like, this is why, not going to lie, I do love this series. I absolutely love it. I adore it. I think it is great. If you want a more realistic survival horror, though, like, quote-unquote realistic, Silent Hill or Fatal Frame.
Oh,
Because those characters are
Board that up.
real-life, actual people, whereas these characters are, like, no matter what, each character has some kind of
He's already
combat.
moving away from the door.
But anyway, no matter what in the Resident Evil series, each main character has...
Real quick, Matt, as well. Another difference to Scenario B is puzzles have changed. For instance, the password to get all the coins to get out of the police station, someone got red jam all over the page.
Devil Dish.
So,
And now that part's randomized.
yep.
So-
that, and we're gonna have to find a new means of figuring out where to find. We're gonna have to find a new means of solving that puzzle. So for now, I'm just gonna run down here and get to our first save room, which is actually in the back halls. Anyway, back to you, Matt.
So anyway, the whole, like, the Resident Evil franchise, it is cheesy. I love the cheesiness and all that, but slightly, like, when it comes to, like, I love the Resident Evil franchise more than the Silent Hill franchise, but when I want an actual, like, scary survival horror, I play the Silent Hill.
I mean,
also,
that's fair.
and also, not going to lie, I like the Silent Hill characters slightly more because you are barely given, like, okay, yes, you're given a lot of guns and stuff like that in those games, but they don't really know how to use them that well.
Yeah.
And all that.
Like, I mean, look at poor Harry. Like, he's a shit shot.
Yeah.
I will say that I appreciate in Silent Hill the infinite inventory space you can have
Which,
at
that
all
is
times.
great.
Also, I love. I'll let you continue, but that thing about talking about how like they don't know how to use guns, I could just imagine like a player like taking that excuse and just being like, no, it's actual game canon. It's not that I'm bad at the game. It's canonical that they don't shoot their guns right.
I could see that actually. Oh my god! Don't give the gaming industry ideas hype. I would hate for a game developer to actually have like a function in their game where they program in like it's like the opposite of aim assist and it purposely makes your aim I would hate that.
I
so
mean,
much.
isn't that already a thing in certain games?
I mean, there's shaky aim when you're running around and stuff, but like
I mean, the original Metal Gear Solid, you need to take some fucking medicine just to keep yourself stable with the sniper rifle.
What is it? Pentazemin? I believe it's an actual
Penicillin?
something to relax, something to calm the nerves. I get that, but I mean, like in a first-person game, like I would just keep thinking it's my mouse sensitivity going up and.
On my way, sir. I need to use. Okay, thank you.
And oh, jeez. Other way.
Sir, this is a police station. Do you want me to call stranger danger?
With the aim and die. Down. Okay, that'll do for now. It does pack a punch more than your normal standard gun, which is why I definitely would recommend picking this up instead. But it definitely takes a lot longer, and it has a little less stability to handle that knockback.
Right. So you were about to continue with something, Matt?
About the weapons and the characters in Silent Hill being more likable.
Yeah. Basically the
Ammo.
hold on, sorry. My bank has some really weird thing going on right now.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, I will also add up and say that Silent Hill, I want to be able to learn to like more of those characters, and we are planning that whole series. In fact, as we speak, I'm working on recording the first game up. But my tricky part is that I feel like the Silent Hill plot, because it's by design meant to be a convoluted, confusing, because psychologically, it's supposed to keep you on your toes because you don't know what's going on kind of story. I feel like it's trickier for me to manage all the characters because like there's like of course there's you're the normal person you're looking at, be it Harry Mason, James Sunderland, etc. But you are not coming in, sir.
Oh man.
But I should also board up the other window. But when you get to all the side characters, I feel like they almost kind of exist solely to be monster food or monster fodder to show the stakes.
Or monsters.
Or monsters at times. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go around here.
Kind of the sad case in particular for one particular character I remember.
Yeah, but that's the point. Like I feel like but okay, I'm gonna have to come back here later. Stupid limited inventory spaces. I'll put some of this away. Combine, get ourselves a max heal. So there we go. Put that back in though, because I got a first aid spray, so I'm fine for now.
I guess if we could bring the conversation back to Claire for a moment here. I will admit that as far as, like, from what I remember of her and, like, the history behind Resident Evil as a whole, especially with Resident Evil 1.5, one thing I will admit, looking back on it, sometimes I feel like there was really no point in making her, like, Claire Redfield, basically. Like, they could have still kept the Elsa Walker character behind her.
They wanted to connect it to the first game. So,
it's also the matter of, like, I feel like they could have still done that without outright making her a brand new character entirely. Especially, in fact, because... And I will admit, it's kind of one of those things where I'm mostly talking because I have fucking Code Veronica on the brain, because let's just say her connection with, like, her whole brotherly, sisterly relationship with Chris is kind of treated very awkwardly in that game. And it makes me feel like I feel like it would have been better if she was like as Elsa Walker, Chris's girlfriend, as opposed to sister.
I was literally about to say, yeah, like if they wanted to, oh, yeah,
Hey!
excuse
Oh,
me.
boy.
I
Back
think
off,
it's
Jack.
because they wanted to keep the ambiguousness of.
I need my knife back though.
I think they also wanted to keep the ambiguousness of.
Alright, let's put stuff in the box one more time.
Get the ambiguousness of.
Whether
Sorry, go
what's their names? Fucking Jill and
Jill and Chris.
Yeah, Jill and Chris were a thing and all that.
I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I feel like they did a little bit more rewriting than they absolutely needed to.
I'll agree that whenever it comes to actually talking, I don't really get a brotherly sisterly thing.
Yeah, no, like in the original series, when Claire's talking about Chris, or if the conversation's brought up to him, I feel like the way she describes him or just talks about him feels like they should be more of lovers as opposed to siblings.
Space.
Or at the very least, they don't make the most out of it. Also, because
They definitely don't make the most
we
out
already
of
have
it.
company.
Ooh,
Hi.
Yeah, we already have company.
I'll be right back,
Dude.
by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to
He
ask,
doesn't
like,
like spies.
you mentioned that where it almost seems like that's a part of the writing that they didn't go back to redo, like making it seem like her wording implies lovers more than
Our
siblings.
friend's already a zombo.
I was about to say, like, you talk about how, like, that sounds like something they should have went back and fixed with writing in the original RE2 that sounds more like lovers and siblings. Do they attempt to rectify any of that in Remake?
Go back.
No. I mean,
no, not
I
really.
mean,
They
actually,
just-
it's. I guess for lack of a better word, I think they treat it a little more casually in the remake.
Okay, so there's the third. Okay, so there's the third symbol for the unicorn, and we can now see as someone drew in the actual goddess statue itself.
Like here. Sorry.
We need the lion, but we need to figure out we need to figure out which how to get the lion combo. Which again, that's going to require a different source of information. For now, though, I'll grab this first aid spray and say that yes, because it's scenario B, not only do we have to deal with. Let's see if I can lure him out. Not only do we need to deal with Mr. X already out and about, and even though he's programmed to kill anybody who's tied to this case and knows enough, we also have to deal with Lickers.
Choice.
So
What happened?
keep flash grenade on and be ready.
I heard there's some good eats around here.
Oh, God.
I really don't want to deal with him. But yeah, otherwise,
that you had a gooch.
I forgot what Fu was about to say. Never mind.
Panini.
Panini, we'll go with that.
drop to the floor.
That's not a panini.
Okay, we need to run right now. Okay, I'm running. I do not like these follies.
The lettuce.
You said drop to the floor. Are they doing the dinosaur?
I do not. I dare not check to
I was about to say,
see
they
or
look like
examine if the
dinosaurs.
floor has been the dinosaur performed on. Okay, he won't fall
Oh,
in here for a
god
bit.
damn it, the door. I can't open these.
What?
Anyway, and I'm not going to focus too heavily on something. There are some notes that are specific to Jill, but most of them, including the VHS tapes that Matt so kindly shown off,
Wait, Jill.
is pretty much this. Sorry, Jill. Claire. There are some Claire specific dialogue and things I'll be showing off, but most of the notes and VHS tapes that Matt kindly shown off are identical between the two scenarios.
The long and the short of it is that Chris went on vacation, quote unquote, and the police chief here is a fucking dick.
He is a very big dick. We'll be learning to what extent.
Apparently,
Irons
he's going
is
to
a
be.
dick.
Apparently, in the movie, he might be a good guy.
I mean, it'd be. I mean, the. I'll say this, and we learned and you guys already saw in your own, like, you know, watching stuff about this game. There's the C4 detonator. Is that between the original game and this remake, they certainly upped how much of a monster he is in this one.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And I honestly think it's probably one of. In some ways, I think he has better stage presence here than he did in the original.
I think so. There's definitely build up. So let's.
Just yeah, and when I say Chris is on vacation, that's just code slang for he's looking up Umbrella's grill, getting all the juicy deets.
Which is weird
Right,
because
we saw that
in
note
the
as,
upcoming
Leon.
movie, they're changing that.
What?
He's not
Oh,
part
really?
of Umbrella
No, no,
anymore,
no,
or-
no, 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 no. Apparently, it's going to be that Claire knows about, like, they're making Claire the main character and making her know about. They're trying to make her know about. Oh, they don't even give you the time with this guy.
Yeah, no, he just immediately down.
Oh, but down.
Oh,
But,
Stay down.
Oh.
Nice. Okay.
I
I
want-
need to board that.
But anyway, please Please let me finish.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, get your ants. Get those ants out of those pants.
Yeah. No, what I'm trying to say is they're trying to make Claire look like the main. God, fucking damn it.
Just finish it, please.
Trying to make Claire look like the main character, and she's the one who brings the information about Umbrella to Chris in the trailer. All right.
Oh, so
what you're
so
saying is Chris sucks at his job.
Yeah.
So they're trying to, and that's the reason why they're trying to like find him.
They're combining one and two together.
And I get it. So that's why she's going to the mansion as well. She's trying to go there.
She's not going to the mansion as well. They're literally doing it as this game takes place 3 months after 1, right? They're doing it.
Yes.
They're changing it to the 2 stories are now simultaneously going on.
But how is she going to tell her brother about the conspiracy unless she goes to the mansion where her brother is?
Because her brother is in Raccoon City at first, and then they go to the mansion with the information.
So, just to make sure, this is canon, right?
This game is canon, the movie is not.
Capcom will try to claim it is.
That's all we needed to know.
Yeah, no, it's the live-action movie. It's not the... fucking...
It's fine.
I'm looking to a fun movie that I can ask all my friends what's going on to.
What's going on?
That was still kind of surreal. So, I mean, again, kind of shooting the shit a little bit. As you see, all we got to do in this is, since you again already understand what's happening from the first game, from the first run through, is we're going to be going through this police station, probably avoiding Mr. X, find those medallions, get underground, carry on with our plot. See ya.
You know, Ted, I think I'm gonna go vegan tonight. You do that, Joe. You do that.